We're live.
We're live.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Don't forget to look up at the camera.
Right.
Let us know if you can hear us okay. I think everything should be working.
Okay. And I'm going to get this hooked up on my phone so we can read your comments without going like this.
Yeah. Oh, Grandma's here. Hi, Grandma. We are on.
Okay.
Cool. How's everyone doing tonight?
Hook me up. I don't know how to do this. If I had my way, I would be able to actually interact doing these lives. It's always a little bit weird because I'm just talking to a camera, but we've got the chat and we can talk through the chat. Just give us 2 minutes. There we go.
What are you doing tonight?
Nope. Yeah, I don't know how to.
Okay. We don't have very many moderators on our channel because I think you have to have a channel to actually be a moderator for someone. So I just want to get our chat up so that if there's any problems, we can deal with it right away because we don't want anyone crashing the live.
Yes, that's true. So I'm going to just go from the start of our chat here. We've got people from Mobile, Alabama, Indiana, Sussex, India, Australia. What else we got here? Florida, Texas, New York City, New Hampshire, Brazil, Louisiana, and Mexico. Yeah, there's everywhere. It's we have a broad audience.
Yeah. So someone's asking how the road to the garden is going. It's not going at this point. We are waiting for our neighbor to get his bulldozer back home. He's got it at a job right now, so as soon as he finishes up there, he'll bring it back and we'll put him to work.
He's supposed to have it back this week, so we'll see. Won't take very long with the bulldozer, but yeah, that whole ordeal with the tractor, it's just a little too sketchy going down a mountain with the tractor. They're not, they're tippy.
We gave it our best shot.
We gave it our best shot. We got a little bit done at least.
Yeah, but that's one of the things you gotta learn in life is when to just call it quits, and
you gotta know when to hold them. You gotta know when to fold them.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, it doesn't really quite matter because it snowed like crazy this morning. Like, we're not quite to planting season, so we're pretty motivated to get the garden down below on the lower property done, or started. And I think one good weekend of hard work after we get the road down there, we should be in good shape with that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, totally.
Yeah. So we didn't put out a video today.
No. I got turkeys this week, and I was working on a video building them a little place to live because I wanted to keep them separated from the chickens for a little while. I wasn't really sure how that introduction would go. So yeah, I was making a video filming building their little shack, and I got some fencing materials, and I picked up the turkeys. Greg was out of town for work, and so I was trying to deal with these turkeys by myself, and they're big. They're a year old, I think. She said they were last year's hatch. They're huge birds, and they're strong, and I was trying to get them into this house because they didn't know where to sleep, and I went to go grab one of them, and they flail. Like, they are really hard to catch, and one flapped its wing, it hit me right in the eye, and my vision went white. Like, it hit me really hard, and I was a bit nervous because I was out here by myself, and I'm not very good with injuries.
Katie's not a first aider, let's put it that way.
Yeah, you don't want me around if something goes wrong.
Yeah, she'll just puke and pass out.
Yeah. So I was kind of freaking out because I had dirt in my eye and it was painful, and so I had Greg on the phone coaching me through it, but just the hours of crying to try to wash it out and putting my head under the tap kind of took me out for a couple days because I was super dehydrated and just I don't know, emotional overload. So,
Yeah.
so I didn't get the video done.
And the other reason is I've been gone the entire week, basically. I've been gone for 3 days this week, and then I've been just fully at work because I am still working for the man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been a really busy week, but we've gotten a ton done this weekend already, so we've got lots of great footage for that.
Yeah. And I guess back to the turkey hut that I made, they didn't end up using it at all. They were roosting on the fence, and then they came from a place where they had chickens that they were living with, so I think they just really wanted to be in with our birds. So I just put them in there, and as soon as I put them in the chicken run, they were in the coop scoping out where they were going to sleep, and they went in perfectly at the end of the day.
And they're so kind. They're such a nice addition to the family here.
Yeah.
They have cute little loving eyes, and they're pretty cool with us. I usually have to put the Tom into the coop at night, and he likes to stay outside, and that's a big job. Like, I threw him on his face last night because he started flapping, and I'm a pretty strong guy, but like, that's a hard bird to hold on to.
Yeah.
So, but we got them in. We love them. They're good addition. I'm gonna read a couple of these here. How are the goats?
They're good.
Good as always.
Yeah.
They just live the best happy life out here, running around and messing shit up and.
Yeah, it was actually really nice the other day when I let the turkeys and the chickens meet. It was a beautiful sunny day, and I had all the animals were outside. The goats were free ranging, the chickens, the turkeys, and just I was having a great day.
Yeah. Someone says spring number 4 now. It's actually spring number 6, and I think it's actually spring now. So
hopefully,
knock on wood.
It did snow today, but it didn't really stick.
Yeah, it dumped snow. You'll see it in the next video. One of the next videos.
Yeah, I don't know if I actually filmed it when it was happening because I was trying to come back inside.
Yeah. When will the bus be leaving?
May.
May, yeah. The answer is not soon enough. We've got so much, like, we're kind of taking a hold on the house for a little bit. During the springtime, we've got planting to do. We got to move the animals because we've got too many, and we just really need to focus on getting the barn dealt with. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of landscaping I'd like to do while the ground is moist. Like just moving earth. There's a lot of it. So yeah, we're gonna take a minute from the house. That being said, we are looking into siding, and we're getting really excited about that. We're hoping maybe this week we can decide on what we're gonna choose for color, mm-hmm. and place an order for some siding. So it's about time.
Yeah, I guess
we've had a few comments from people saying that maybe you guys should get your siding on, but
yeah,
we're living in the house. We literally, if you go back in time and see our videos, we put our cistern in the ground and connected to the house our first snowstorm of the year. So we dodged a bunch of bullets getting here, but we had a very comfortable winter in the house. No problems at all as far as our build goes. It was super easy to stay warm in here. It's almost too easy because we have it so insulated.
Yeah.
And it was a cold winter for sure.
Yeah.
So that being said, I'm going to take a little bit of a break from the house, which even though Kitty and I went to Mexico and we had a break from everything, we still need a little bit more of a break from the house so that we can get the rest of our outside world a little bit more dialed, and then we can come back in here and on the outside and hit it with full force.
Yeah.
You got any questions there, Katie, that you want to answer? Oh, Ken Cross, thanks for the $20. Ken Cross has helped us out so much. He gave me 2 new chains for my chainsaw, some bar oil, and some fresh blades for the sawmill. And those fresh blades are working wonderfully. That's what we did today. We were sawing a ton of wood today with some nice fresh blades. So I really appreciate it, Ken.
Oh, Grandma said she can't see the rug.
Oh, it's
So when we were in Mexico, we got some beautiful wool rugs from the Oaxaca region of Mexico. That's not where we were, but they were at a market. And so we've got one of the rugs in the kitchen. I'll put it in the next video. And then we have one of the rugs that my grandma actually gave us that she had purchased a while ago. It's up in our bedroom. So I think she was expecting it to be in the living room, but it's up in the bedroom where it fits really nicely in there.
Here's an actually interesting question.
What was that?
I don't know. Who's a sponsor? Who's a sponsorship you want to work with? And a lot of people don't realize that we actually make a good deal of money through our sponsorships. It really helps us continue to do these videos and everything. Really, it helps Katie not have to work full time. Well, kind of. Katie works full time. She works YouTube full time. There's a lot of things behind the scenes with all that. But who's a sponsorship you want to work with? What would you answer?
I don't know.
Other than like tractor, new mill, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
We have a sponsorship coming up for a pair of boots that have a lifetime warranty. And this isn't a sponsored ad or anything here. It's some of our sponsorships, we're really excited to work with. Others, anything that we do, we're going to stand behind. But really excited to get a new pair of boots because my old boots are toast. And living up here, especially coming into springtime, we need a good pair of gum boots. So we've got I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
What would you say? It was like a workwear? It would be nice to get a workwear sponsorship specifically for women, which is almost impossible to find.
Yeah.
Very good question, though. Very good question.
How deep does the frost go?
Not very deep. So the deepest that I've seen it, and I've dug in and like hammered stakes in to try to just figure out how deep does the frost go. I'm gonna say 20 inches. At the deepest I've ever seen it here, 20 inches. That was last year, and we had a long cold spell. So I think 20 inches is probably as deep as it goes out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the comments jumped on me.
Did they? Okay. Are you getting pigs? I want to get pigs. If you've ever had farm fresh pork, you know what I'm talking about. It's not even like the same thing as what you buy in the store. And the whole idea of what we're doing up here is to be self-sufficient. And we do our chickens, which is great. But I'm kind of getting sick of eating chicken. Wouldn't mind having some pig in there.
Yeah.
I haven't got my hunting license yet, but I'm really excited for this fall because I'm going to take, whenever I get some time, I'm going to get my hunting license, and I'll be doing a little bit of hunting. I think I'll probably try to get a deer or two this year.
Yeah.
And then just add that to the freezer as well, which would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then between pigs, chickens, and deer, I mean, we don't really eat a lot of beef, so it's. It'd
be nice to maybe go in on a cow with someone so we get a little bit of it, but I don't know if we want a whole cow.
No, definitely not. We don't eat that much. We don't eat that much meat. We eat meat, but not like crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope we can get pigs. That being said, I gotta get a barn built. I gotta get there's a lot of irons in the fire right now. Pigs should be pretty easy, and if I needed, I'm sure my neighbor who's got a pig pen can hold our pigs for a little while until we get our spot for the pigs. So lots of planning, lots of things to do. I really want to do it this year though. It's the plan.
Mm-hmm. Someone's asking about the chickens having different colored eggs. Yep, we do get different colors. We get the silkies, the little fluffy chickens. They get little tiny white eggs. I get a lot of green eggs just because we have mixed breeds, and some brown ones. And then the turkey eggs are big, and they're kind of like a light brown with a darker brown speckle in them. So we've been getting tons of turkey eggs. They didn't really stop laying during the move.
I've never had a turkey egg, nor have I ever thought about turkeys ever laying eggs. I didn't realize they lay them every day.
Yeah.
I haven't had one yet. I'm weird with eggs. I eat eggs, chicken eggs. I don't like duck eggs, and trying a new egg freaks me out. So I'll probably have one tomorrow for breakfast, cautiously. but rich eggs like duck eggs, not for me. Apparently there's a little more cholesterol in these turkey eggs, but whatever. Or protein too. So.
I don't really eat eggs, so.
No. We have chickens, but I eat eggs all the time, but.
Yeah. I'm trying to find recipes where I can disguise the egg.
Yeah.
Because I really don't like them. And I've tried.
How was the spring melt? Ground-wise, has the wood chipping made a big difference? Yup.
Yeah,
Humongous.
Yeah.
For sure. We usually have a torrent when we get rain. Because we're on a mountain, when we cut, there's usually a torrent of mud that comes down the road and then just kind of spills into our property. But the wood chips have stopped that completely. So yeah, no, it's been good. I'm still a little bit cautious. Like, we're gonna pull them away from the house. We have to, like, it doesn't feel like it now, but we have a real fire season that happens every year. And having wood chips near the house, we need to replace that with gravel. But we just don't have that here right now. So we will replace that with gravel once we do all the proper landscaping and everything as well. So yeah. But they work great for now.
Yeah. I'm wondering if we should turn this around because we're getting...
I'll just go like this.
You can hold your arm up the whole time.
No, why not? I don't know. Is that too hard? We could just turn the light up.
Well, if we turn a little bit, let's just do it.
Okay.
It'll take 2 seconds.
You do it, and I will read more of this.
Someone's asking about wood siding.
Wood siding.
Why we're not doing wood. Well, thanks. We're
not doing wood siding because we live in a 20-year fire cycle, and we're south-facing. This is weird. We're south-facing on a mountain. We get full sun exposure from sun up to sundown. It's very arid where we are, and when the fire happens, we need to be prepared. It's not even an if. We just have to be prepared. And wood siding, though I love it, I'd love to just clad this whole house in cedar. It's not good for fires, so we're not going to do that. Where are we going?
Just turning it around.
Okay, just hang 2 seconds. Yeah.
You didn't plan this very well.
No. Oh, don't look at our garbage. Is that better?
You gotta straighten it out.
Okay.
It's not better.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of better.
I don't think the sunshine was that bad.
Well.
There.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
It'll only be a little while, I guess.
Okay. This is not better at all.
No.
Anyway, whatever. This is not better at all.
Oh, what is the black goat's name? Lucifer.
He's the king of darkness.
Or Fat Boy. We mostly call him Fat Boy, but Lucifer's his real name.
That's what I called him originally because I was feeling edgy, but he's just a fat, funny guy, so we just call him Fat Boy. Thank you, Ruth Holland. Says, have some lunch on us when you're out and about. Our farm had some of the same animals, plus are very messy and distractive. Done that before.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the 20.
Thank you.
Okay, let's get back into the questions here.
You can't go to the bottom though.
I know. I'm looking.
Wouldn't it be better to use a bulldozer to make your road to your solar panels? I know you'd have to rent it, but it will make a better road. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, our neighbor has a bulldozer and he's had it at a job. So we kind of got impatient and wanted to just try it out ourselves. And we got a little ways, but we realized that the tractor's not good at that. So, yeah. That'll be coming up soon.
We got home from Mexico and we were like, I don't feel like doing anything. So we went for a hike with the goats and then we came back up and I was like, let's just start pushing a road down the mountain.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah.
Got stuck.
Can't probably try this. No.
Okay. What else we got here?
What are the garden plans for the year?
As much as possible.
Yeah, as much as possible.
I put
those seeds in a few weeks ago now, and I can already see the chickens have like pecked in a straight line exactly where I put the seeds. This one chicken that flies out all the time, she just went exactly where the seeds are in this one row. So
you planted in March.
This is before the last frost. Weeks before the last frost.
Yeah, I guess you're
right.
Why
not?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
As soon as the ground is workable. It was.
Is Katie going to run the sawmill in her bikini this year?
Depends if it's 38 degrees again or not.
What you can't see is the temperature. So we get hot temperatures in the summer. And the only reason why we're running the sawmill with clothes on is because you're watching us. So I'm pretty sure that Katie most likely will be running the sawmill in a bikini because it's so freaking hot for 3 months out of the year. And it beats being naked, I suppose.
Have you finished milling the wood for the new barn? It'll be in the video coming up. We did some milling today. We won't talk about it yet. We still have more to mill though.
Yeah, we do. But we've got quite a bit done.
Yeah.
Some critical pieces for sure.
Yeah. So you have to wait and see in the next video. What type of siding? I think we're gonna do metal.
We're gonna do sheet metal, 24 gauge siding. The profile, I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure though we're gonna be doing. It's a profile called ProLock, so you can Google that if you want to check it out.
Yeah.
It's a hard decision because it's a hard decision because we were originally gonna do a hardy board siding. Mm-hmm. We'll see. Mm-hmm. We'll see.
Yeah, so we got a bunch of hardy board from a job that Greg did. They had leftover, and
we got it for Song in Advance.
A really good price, but we didn't store it properly, and some of it got wet and was not good anymore. So we don't have as much as we thought, and then I think metal would probably be the easiest to install. That's what you told me anyway.
Well, I have a sheet metal shop at my disposal, so if we need any custom flashings, plus I've got experience in it, so it will be the easiest.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's fireproof, and that's the bottom line really out here.
Yeah.
So we just got to decide on colors and just accents and all the things. So.
Yeah.
Could you not bury a water line to your water supply? Also, another thing I want to do this spring, but. Everything comes little by little. I think in the next couple of weeks I'll probably start working on it. I got a quote for the actual water line, and I think it's gonna be like $1,300. So that's pretty reasonable considering it's half a kilometer of water line. So yeah, that'll be great. It's gonna happen, and we are not, mark my words, Katie, we are not packing water next year.
I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad. Sometimes it was.
I did. I didn't mind it the first 3 years. The fourth year was not fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to finish the house first before you start anything else? Well,
no.
We just can't do that. There's too many other moving parts out here that need attention.
Yeah.
We can live in here, we can shower in here, we can do all the things we need to do. So we're kind of just like in the we're comfortable here, but we have to take care of the animals and the garden and all the other things that we do out here while spring is here. Mm-hmm. So I think we'll probably be a couple of weeks before we do anything substantial in the house. Mm-hmm. But if we get a nice stretch of warm weather, we'll start cutting our trim for our windows and our baseboards and our crown molding. We're gonna do all that with our own milled wood that we've already got milled from last year. So, Yep. Okay, I went down all the way to the bottom. Okay.
My wife and I are moving to Canada. Do you recommend an area? Wherever's cheapest. Well, Northern BC is cheapest.
Well, then you also need to enjoy very cold weather and lots of snow.
Yeah.
We're in Canada. Well, what I would suggest is look at places like Ontario, because you can buy a lot of land for super cheap.
Yeah.
Which is nice. But if you want more mountainous, we're in BC. what BC stands for.
Bring cash.
Bring cash.
Or
because
money.
it's super expensive to live here, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Saskatchewan has, I don't think I could recommend it. I'm sorry. I don't know. I grew up in Saskatchewan, but I'm a mountain man. I was always in the wrong spot as a child.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Ontario's nice. I don't know.
Yeah,
Depends on
what you're into.
What you're into. Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
But definitely the cheapest land in BC right now is northern regions, and you can get more larger properties. So
just do this real quick. What type of wood are y'all planning for door and window trim? Ponderosa pine and white pine. So we've got 2 different types of wood that we're going to be using for our details around, our interior trim and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think most of it's going to be white pine because it's a really stable wood and we've got a whole ton of it.
What about for outside?
No.
Fir?
Fir for outside and larch. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. I'm going to keep on going down because there's lots here.
How are we liking the 4-wheeler? I love it. It's so easy to drive and does everything we could possibly need at this point. I mean, we were hauling logs out on the winch in the last video. I've been taking the dogs out for really good runs, which Juniper loves. She's really good with the quad. She runs beside you or ahead of you. Hinto's a little bit not great with it. He'll run in front of you, so I'm always super aware of that. But yeah, it's awesome. I need to build up some confidence though, because we have a little creek crossing near us that I haven't been able to make it across, but it does lead to a really awesome quad trail, so I need to just go across it. It feels really steep though.
You need to put a helmet on too.
Yeah. I don't know if a helmet's gonna save me.
Where are we in this?
I don't know.
We have lots here. Thank you, Joey Todd, for the $20. We appreciate it. What type of wood do you plan on using window and door trim? Yeah, we're going to use that Ponderosa for sure. Yeah. It's a beautiful wood. That's that beetle stain wood that we're using in our stairwell.
Yeah. So. And then fir or larch outside.
Yes. Or, yeah, not cedar. We don't have enough cedar around. Okay.
Would we get cows? I don't think our land is okay for cows. We don't have a lot of grassy areas for them. We
could maybe have 1 cow. We'd have to supplement with quite a bit of hay, I think. Yeah, that's just on the 5 acres that we own right now.
Yeah.
We're considering purchasing another property that's right next door. Just another 5 acres. We could have a cow down there because there's a larger, flat kind of meadow area. So, but we'll see. We'd like to have a cow, but that's a lot of work for right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna jump down just a little bit here.
Someone's asking how we met.
You want to tell the story?
So I was 18 and I got a job at a store over on Vancouver Island where I was living at the time. And Greg's mom was actually my manager. And I was at work one day and I saw a Volkswagen van outside and I turned to his mom and said, "Oh, like that van's so cool. I wish I could get one day." And then she said, "Oh, you should meet my son." And then I don't know if it was that day or another day, but she took me over to his house and we met. His roommate gave me her ID and he took me out to the bar.
I was 24. I was even a little bit leery about dating an 18-year-old. She's cute. But
so we dated for a few months, but then, life happened and we went different directions, and then
we did stay friends though, always. Yep. After that point.
Yeah. And then 2016 I moved to where we are now, and I was going to college and I had rented this apartment and I had found a roommate, but it didn't work out. And then right when they left, Greg messaged me and said he had a job here and he was looking for somewhere to live if I had any ideas. And so I ended up renting my spare room out to him. And then we lived together as roommates for 2 years. Mm-hmm. And then Yeah.
One night, we just had a hot tub. And we started, and then everything else was other than that. We're not going to give details about that, but it was a nice night.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And here we are.
Here we are. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do a couple of these. Any greenhouse upcoming? As much as I'd love to do it this year, I really don't think we're going to be able to swing it.
No.
Next year for sure, but not this year for sure. Are you going to weld those chain hooks on your loader bucket? Oh my goodness. Someday. I don't have a welder, and I'm a terrible welder. But I can learn anything that I put my mind to. So it'd be nice to get I think I want to get a MIG welder up here, because I always found that a little bit easier than a stick. And if we can get that, then I can start doing things like that for sure. We need one up here because we need to weld things. Stuff breaks all the time, and we got to weld it back together. And I've got friends who have means of doing that, but we don't here. Hardy board the barn. That's the plan.
Yeah. With the stuff that we did salvage.
For sure.
We will be using that.
Yeah.
All is hung, then I can actually go through and do all the mudding and stuff. But I don't want to mud one room and then do the other one later on.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you for the $20, Mark.
Yes, thank you.
I appreciate it.
Oh, the comments jumped again.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't get to every comment. There's so many, and it's so tough to get through them.
Oh, I think I found it. Where will the barn be built? So we're gonna build it over near the chicken coop area where we have like the goat daytime pen. So we really want to get the goats moved over to that side of the property because we want to keep part of the yard for us and then the other areas for animals. And right now it's just a schmozzle.
But we also want to keep the animals close enough that if there's ever a predator, like we're going to keep them safe in our yard. But if there ever is a predator, because we've got cougars and bobcats out here, I want to be able to intervene and be there quickly. So we kind of want to keep the animals close to us.
Yeah.
So that's the plan.
Yeah. Now it's your turn.
Okay. Do you know what my sunglasses
over.
are actually?
No.
Okay. Well, whatever. I'll just face the sun. It'll be fine. It'll go behind the mountain in like, I don't know, an hour.
How was Mexico? Would you go back? Oh, absolutely. I love Mexico.
You're like 20 minutes behind in the chat, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. We totally would. Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
Mexico. My grandma's been there for, I don't know, over 20 years. 25 years maybe. So I think the last time I went there I was 14. But it was really awesome to go back as an adult. And I've traveled a little bit in my early 20s. So I feel certainly more comfortable traveling around there. And Spanish was coming back. I think I said a few wrong things to someone or people at restaurants.
The translation app definitely failed you.
Yeah.
I know how to order a beer, so I can pretty much speak Spanish.
Yeah. But I think for our next vacation, I want to go like jungly areas.
For sure. Okay, I'm gonna go from here down, okay? Kitty? See? Right there.
I don't know if that shows up here.
Okay. Yeah, we don't do these live streams very often. Most of the time is because we're just too busy to be sitting down and doing a live stream. A lot of the time we're just out and about on the yard, and we take good care of our dogs and make sure they get lots of runs and walks and now quad rides. It's just so hard to sit down and do these live streams, but I do enjoy them. It's cool. It's great to get all these questions, and it gets my creative juices flowing when people ask questions, because there's so much more that we're doing up here that there's lots to think about.
Ooh, it's really coming in now.
Oh yeah, it's good. Have we ever considered making a root cellar? We've talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be something like, it wouldn't be, underneath the house, of course, but I don't know why we wouldn't dig a hole and line it in cinder blocks and keep our, canned goods nice and cold. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Certainly,
totally.
we'll think about doing it in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we miss the bus life at all?
Nope.
No, not really.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah.
Actually, a little bit. My sister came and visited, and she was in the bus for a while, and it is nice in there, but bus life was a motivation for house life.
Yeah, and it was good in the shoulder seasons when it wasn't too hot or too cold, and it was like,
Oh yeah.
it wasn't that hard to
Yeah.
keep it comfortable in there.
Totally
but,
easy to clean. So small,
Yeah,
but
but it's gonna go on to a new home,
Yep.
and it's our friend's mother-in-law who's taking it over. They have a big property that they just bought, so she's gonna have a place to visit her grandkids, and I think it'll be a liquor bottle on the counter. No, that's olive oil.
that's olive oil.
The liquor's up there.
That's where the good stuff is. The video is okay. Is the video reversed or is it the normal video flipped? It is flipped because I can't look at myself on the other side of the screen. So that's the reason why.
Changed it.
That's keen eye there. What else we got here?
Will we be making a follow-up video on the composting toilet? Yeah, I've thought about doing a comparison of the DIY versus the one that we bought.
Yep.
Because I personally like the one that we bought more.
And I like the DIY better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with the DIY, it was easy to have a bidet on it, and this one...
I don't think we can do it. We might.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if we can put it on, but I don't
Yeah.
think we can do it.
Yeah, so there's pros and cons to both. We should really do a video this summer. I'll put it on the list.
Totally. Yeah. For free time. Have you ever heard or seen anything spooky in the forest where you are?
When we first moved out here, Greg used to joke about the red-faced man
I
in the
still
woods
do.
when we would drive home in the dark.
Yeah.
And yeah, he still does. And
Yeah.
at the beginning, like, we definitely felt a little bit creeped out to be driving through the dark, foggy woods.
She did. Yeah.
But
I
now
felt-
we're used to it.
Yeah. Spooky stuff. Let me think about it. I heard one time someone, now Canada, you're not allowed automatic rifles, fully auto. I heard someone rapping off a fully automatic out in the woods behind us. That was a little. Is that spooky? Not really. They're probably just playing with a gun they're not supposed to have. But spooky stuff.
Well, there's cougar hunters.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So sometimes I hear their dogs barking when they're
For
out
sure.
there hunting, like nearby.
Hmm.
So that gets a bit spooky, but
We've had lots of cougars on like our cameras outside. The dog wants in. Nothing really that spooky. I think cities are more spooky to me, full of crazy people and uncertainty. It's actually pretty not spooky living in the woods for me personally. We have cougars and bears out here, and the occasional wolf pack comes through, but that's not spooky. You can be aware of it.
yeah.
You can put the chat on slow mode to make it easier to read comments. Okay. How was the generator working out? Have you had to use it much? The generator is actually working great. And we just bought another charger that just came out for it so that we can utilize the full power of the generator, which is awesome. It means like instead of taking 4 hours to charge our batteries, we can charge our batteries in 2 hours, which is pretty crazy because 2 hours of battery charge gets us I'm going to say a day and a half of batteries for just living normal life. We're careful with our lights like anyone would be, even if you got a power bill, but we don't have to make any sacrifices for power really living off grid. Not anymore. We did at one point because our battery bank wasn't large enough, but
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But that being said, I think I saw a comment earlier, and I don't know if we got to it. Well, I know we didn't get to it. I think someone was asking if we're going to go big with our solar, and I think the unique thing about us compared to other channels is that other channels go like very expensive with
16
solar.
kilowatt hour. I mean, 16 kilowatts of power and stuff like that.
Which is great. Like it covers their needs. Like,
yeah.
You know, it's not a stab at them or anything. But for us, we don't have a lot of money to put towards that.
No.
So we want to do the DIY, cheaper kind of experimental options, I guess.
Well, not necessarily experimental, but just not the flagship stuff. You know, the nice thing about our system right now is it's scalable, so we can make it larger in the future. Mm-hmm. We need more solar panels because we are going to be running a mini split, hopefully this summer, so that we can keep it nice and cool in here.
So over here, Nootka, the old dog, sleeps in that room, in that doorway.
That doorway.
Juniper goes there to annoy her because she's a baby, and then Hinto will protect her. So he's over there giving
supervising.
Juniper shit.
Yeah, totally.
Come on, Juniper.
But yeah, no, we would like some larger solar panels. At some point in time, we'll have the money for it. But you know, we're trying to do all this debt free. We're not debt free, but we're pretty damn close.
Yeah.
So
we're debt free on the land.
Yeah, we own the land, and then you know we're pretty much paying out of pocket now for the house. Yeah. We took a little loan for it, but
yeah.
Okay. Drone footage of your incredible property, Michael Miller. Thanks for the shout out there.
We do have drone footage in our older videos, but I crashed the drone like in the
couple
fall
months ago,
or
early winter. It was in the winter, yeah.
So I haven't decided if I want to buy a new drone with more sensors to avoid crashing, or if I send that in to get fixed. I think it's going to be $700 to fix it, and I think that's what I paid for the drone. So I don't know if it's worth fixing it because it doesn't have all those sensors. It was a cheaper model, and
I think we'll probably be getting a drone in the near future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is really cool footage.
Yeah, it's so awesome to have, and it really helps our videos personally, because when I go back on our videos of all of I love to see the way that the seasons look from the sky on our property. Yeah. So it's so nice, like, you know, when it's a snowy day or a hot summer day, just kind of seeing the transition, the way, you know, the weather works out here. So
yeah, and actually it was kind of cool because when we set up our solar water pump system, it's on the other side of our neighbor's house, and sometimes the panel would get knocked over and then we'd run low on water because it wasn't pumping.
Yeah.
I could actually fly the drone up over there, see if the panel was upright or if it had fallen over.
Yeah.
And then we would know to go fix it.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Or if a bear bit the line. I'm gonna say
that's the other option. You can't use the drone for that.
No, you can't, but but you can figure out if the panel is working and all that stuff. We've probably had a bear bite into our water line, I'm gonna say 12 times. And probably at least, actually. So yeah, the bears live down in that little draw where our water comes from, and I've had a few encounters with them down there too. So Robert Douglas says, just came on your channel recently. Impressed how well you work together. Greetings from Eastern Oregon. We work really well together a lot of the time. But we're still two people, you know. We don't show you the times when we don't work well together, but most of the time we work very well together. We have the same goal, and we work with each other to get to that same goal, and it makes a lot makes a lot of sense to be on the same page. But we're not always on the same page when we're building together. So we are human.
Yeah.
True story.
Yeah. But we fight it out, and then we're all good.
Yeah. Bob's your uncle, and he's a wonderful man. Are you guys friends with Ambition Strikes? No, but if there's
Love to
one
be.
YouTuber I would like to be friends with, it'd be them, because I am blown away all the time. They're so capable. Like, their channel is awesome. If you guys haven't seen Ambition Strikes, check it out. That's like the one YouTube channel that I do not miss every single Sunday that they put out a video. So
Yeah.
and they're doing really good with their like subscribers and everything. And yeah, I they're actually probably only a couple hours away from us.
Yeah.
It would be
love
cool to be friends with them, but they're probably just as busy as we are, and we don't have friends.
Yeah, because they're having a baby.
And they're having a baby, so yeah, good luck with that. But no, totally, they're awesome.
Can you grab a pig's ear from
Okay.
that bottom drawer? Puppy. Life with a puppy.
Yep. Where are they?
In there somewhere.
Oh, you want this one? You want this? Can you grab a knife from the side drawer?
Here you go.
Jeez. I've been drinking, Katie. Here, you take that back. I don't want it.
No, you better get another one for Hinto.
Okay. I don't think there are, Katie.
There should be a few.
No, I don't. I think they're done.
Oh.
Here,
Juniper.
give them a couple of those. Can't play favorites around here. Okay, what else we got here? Any kids in the future? If so, how would you add to the house?
Nope.
Nope.
No kids.
Nope. We won't have kids in the future. I took care of that a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. That being said, I love kids. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like I don't hate kids, but
I don't really like kids.
yeah. I don't want any kids
Do we see a lot of bears?
all the time.
Yeah, not so many
All the time.
around, like from our property.
I see
It's
them.
pretty occasional, but it's mostly when we're driving down the road.
Yeah. I see
We'll
them.
see them.
I see them all the time in the morning when I'm going to work, and I usually go to work like 5:30 in the morning, 5 on my motorcycle. I see them all the time, almost every day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Has our access been sorted out? No.
No.
We kind of gave up. Like, we were dealing with the government, trying to figure out all of our access stuff. But there's one creek crossing that is, like, how deep in fill is it?
40. Like how deep is it? Oh, you're talking about West Belfort?
I don't know.
Which one?
The deep one with fill.
Like I don't know, like 40 feet deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge. So
So there's, 40 feet of fill over this culvert that is undersized, and nobody wants to take responsibility for it. We're not able to financially cover that.
it'd be hundreds of thousands of dollars to build a bridge and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But we're not going to live in
So-
fear and
Yeah.
not do anything up here because of a potential access issue. We're just going to
Yeah,
kind
if
of
we have
roll
to
with
take a
it.
quad through the creek or whatever, like, that's what we'll do. We'll just figure it out. But at this point, we have a road coming here, so we're using it. And
Mhm.
if they don't want us to use it, then they can, I don't know,
Yeah.
tell us not. They can make us not
Yeah.
use it. They can tell us not to, but I'm gonna
Use it anyway. Let me see what else we have here. A lot of people love our interactions with our animals. Our animals are our children.
Yeah.
We are animal lovers. We don't need to tell any of you that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though we kill some of them and eat them for food.
Yeah.
But our pets, our laying hens are our friends. And then, we love our animals.
Yeah.
Oh man, this thing jumps around all the time here. Sorry. How far down am I? Okay. Do you do hunting or fishing on your land? We don't fish because we don't have a pond here. But I will be hunting on my land for sure. We have
And off of it.
and off of it. Yeah, it's Crown Land behind us, so we have the ability to hunt up there too. And there's actually quite a few elk that are in the area, which I don't think I'm gonna do this year. I'm gonna just keep modest and go for a couple deer. because there's a huge amount of deer out here as well. But yeah, we definitely do. We will be hunting probably on our land, honestly. You know.
Yeah.
How many acres do you guys have? We have 5.1 acres.
Yeah.
Which, is nice. We want a little bit more though.
Yeah.
We'll see how that happens in the future.
Yeah. Yes, our chickens are producing way more eggs now.
Yep.
They went almost non-existent over the winter. I was getting like 1 or 2 every day or every other day. So, but now I'm getting, I don't know. It's hard to say because I have some chickens that fly out of the chicken run and they lay in the goat pen in a spot that's kind of hard to get to. So I just leave the eggs there for a few days and then I get them. But we're getting a lot more.
Yeah. And Katie's getting more chickens. She's getting how many more layers?
Well, they're not layers.
Well, they're Saramas.
They're Saramas. They're the little tiny...
They're still going to lay eggs.
Yeah.
Little teeny ones.
We'll see. I don't know what they're like.
Katie.
But I like the roosters because they're these tiny little guys that have a little pipsqueak of a crow and they're cute. So...
I'm just looking through some more questions here. Are you allowed to expand your stream where you get your water from? Are you happy with the way things are? Yeah, we're gonna probably do a whole series of getting water to our house. I've been doing years of research of how to do it properly, and I'm confident that when we start that project, we will be successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still want to keep our gravity feed water source.
Yeah, so that we can
that's
just
the best water.
totally. It's so
good.
delicious. It's
So
it's
good.
actually technically the same water. It's
Yeah.
on the same draw. So like we have a license to it, but
it's
it's
this whole stream that's underground, and Greg dug a little hole, and we have our little spring box that fills up, and
it dries up in the summertime on the higher part.
yeah.
We're not going to bring a drilling machine in to drill all the way down. It would be nice to have that constant just gravity system, but our solar pump works great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is everything working out in the kitchen with the appliances? Awesome. I love our kitchen.
Yep. Totally.
Use a dishwasher all the time, not just when visitors come over. The stove is great. Definitely a learning curve with the gas because it's way hotter than normal stoves.
I'll elaborate. Our stove has a little burner, a medium burner, a large burner, and like a super burner.
Yeah.
Which when you buy it, it's like, oh great, that's gonna be great. And then it has one of those ones in the middle where you can like make pancakes. But if I had my way, I would just have medium-sized burners so that we can, because the super burner you don't do anything but boil water on. The large burner,
like big water.
yeah,
Big bottle of water.
The large burner is kind of too hot for pretty much everything. So we have 2 burners that work fine.
Yeah.
But we're getting used to it. It's not really that big of a deal.
Yeah.
You know. But what am I crying about? Like if you get a brand new stove, whatever.
Yeah. And actually, I didn't think I would ever use it or even care about having Wi-Fi from the stove, but it's awesome.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's awesome. I
can
can
start it
turn on the
before you get
oven.
home.
We tried to slow cook a meal one night and it wasn't ready. So we ended up going out for dinner and I could leave that on, and when the time was up, I could turn it off from the restaurant. And it was done. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there neighbors close to us? We've got our one neighbor that's kind of up on the mountainside with us. He's pretty close, but there is a property in between us that is empty.
His. Yeah. But yeah, it's empty.
Yeah, and then there was another property next to us on the other side, but he left when all the road washout stuff happened. And then, like, we're in long, skinny rectangle properties, so then we have people below us as well.
Yeah.
But it's not close. There's rock cliffs and stuff, so it's not like we're
way down below
them.
us. We've met them once, and that was only because the road washed out and we had to go through their property to get out of here. We had to hike down the mountain. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So It's pretty. It feels like we're close to town or people or whatever, but we're not really.
We're not really.
Which is nice.
Will the barn be large enough to store tractor and equipment? No, we're gonna have a different outbuilding for that. The barn is The barn is just for animals. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. We've got so many different buildings we're planning on making, which is nice to have the mill because the wood's free. But just takes time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, I'm realizing you say 6:30 and it's 6:50.
Oh yeah. You know, okay, totally. We ever did hunting for food. Keep on going down.
Michelle's asking. Michelle, I know.
Yep.
Her. What is the long-term plan? Live in the property until old age or sell eventually?
You want to answer that?
Probably sell eventually.
Yeah.
I want to live somewhere tropical. So, yeah.
We have 5 acres. And 5 acres is great, and I'm really grateful for what we have, and we love this place, and there's so many benefits to living up here, and this is not me complaining whatsoever. But if we could have something, now that we've been up here and we're doing this, we're like, we want animals, we want farm, we'd like to fully have enough room to grow everything and
all the meat we need, all
totally.
the vegetables we
and
would
beef.
ever need.
We can do that here. It's a little tricky considering just our layout, but we can do that here. But I think there's a good chance that this isn't our forever home. I'm not gonna say that for sure because we may keep this place forever. Yeah. We own it. But
who knows what'll happen?
Never say never. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So good question.
Yeah.
Okay, I already went through a few of these down here.
Can you get some more wine? You want some?
Yes, please. Have I heard any Sasquatches on our mountain?
Apparently someone else did.
Apparently someone below us did. They actually posted a video of it, and I don't not believe in Sasquatches because but I don't believe in them either. So we'll see.
Yeah. Is this a Starlink connection? Yes, it is.
Yeah. Can you tell?
Has it dropped?
Has it dropped?
4 seconds. Oh, are we even connected anymore?
I think Mom would probably tell us because I'm sure she's watching.
Yeah. I think we're good.
I think we're good.
I'm gonna scroll down a bit.
Yep, totally. We've already been. I've already got all that. Already got all that. Okay, go right to the bottom. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, starting from the top. Whitetail or mule deer? Whitetail or mule deer? Whitetail. I've seen one mule deer out here, and it's weird because I've only ever seen one.
What is the purpose of the male goats? They're just pets, really.
They're my support, my emotional support animals.
Yeah.
When I come home from like a really stressful day, I'll go hang out with my goats and I'm fine. They love me more than Katie a lot.
Yeah. As you saw in the last video, I was trying to get them to bounce around and they would not.
They're easily my goats and they're very loyal to me and they're my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're my buddies. That's the purpose.
Yeah.
Totally. When do you start the new barn? Probably in the next couple of weeks. Or maybe even, we'll see. We got to take down some trees before we start the new barn. That might be tomorrow. It might be in the next video.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see how the wind is in the morning.
Yeah, there's no wind then.
So Greg, you need to build shop it make easier on you. That's the truth.
Yep.
I'm going crazy out here. If you saw the state of my tools right now, you'd be ashamed of me.
Or the shed, it's just
I've got no room. I need a shop so bad. That's why we're doing the barn because we've kind of got some. We need to start doing permanent infrastructure. When we got up here, we were like, this will be temporary. This will be temporary. This will be temporary.
Yeah.
No more temporary. House is permanent. Bye-bye bus. all of the like our janky little goat barn. We're gonna probably use it to raise meat birds when in their infancy, and then we'll probably take it down.
Yeah.
And then we'll start building me a shop because I need one for sure, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why many of the other channels have built shops with apartments in them, because it's so much easier to work on your other projects. But what did we know when we moved out here?
Yeah,
we had the bus. We thought we were styling with the boot room.
Yeah, for sure. We had everything we needed.
But we're making do.
We're making do.
What else can you do?
Lacus says, do you listen to some music when you work, and what do you listening to while working? What do I listen to? I am the most eclectic person on earth. I listen to music from the 20s to like new music and everything in between, as long as it's good. I don't like bad music, and that's pretty much my answer. But I always listen to music, always. So Katie always listens to music too. Her musical style is a little bit different than mine, but we are very much musical people.
I love electronic music, like house, psytrance. Not a lot of people know that about me, but I won't put that on the videos because I think we would lose subscribers.
Definitely.
But that is actually a reason why we have music in all of our videos, is because when we're working, we have our own music on, and we can't put those in the videos without getting demonetized. So I have to cover it up with the music that we are allowed to use. So I try to put something that is a mix of our style of, or our interest in music, but also appeals to the general public.
We're well aware that a lot of people don't like the music on our channel.
Yeah.
But it's our channel.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to do the same music as like other channels
for sure.
like us do. You know?
If you want to know a little bit more about us, listen to the music that we listen to. That's our kind of vibe for sure.
Yeah.
This is actually a really good question. Vic Bourne says, why would you leave after all the work you both did to get where you are now if we were to sell our property? And the reason is we own all this. And because we own all this, we actually have quite a bit of equity. And we could buy something larger, more remote, potentially in a different location. And we can do this whole process all over again before my hands get too arthritic and my back breaks. So I figure, you know, I've loved every step of the way, really. It's frustrating at times, but this has been an amazing experience, especially doing the YouTube thing and being able to go back and like look at our trials and tribulations and our successes. And
and here's a question for you. How many of you are in the first house or property that you bought?
Yeah, that's a good point. This is my first place that I've ever owned.
Yeah, we lived in rentals before this. So like, you don't really know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what to look for, and it's all a learning process, but there's definitely things that we've learned we might like more.
Yeah. Okay, I just totally lost it. Do you have any plans for the deck outside your bedroom? Definitely. Yeah. There's a good reason why we have a sliding glass door there. Our plans aren't concrete. We're going to do... So we have a deck that's going outside of our first floor. It's a very large deck that I need to start milling. And that's going to be probably... definitely in the summertime, that's going to be a project that we'll be working on. Yeah. But up top, I think we're probably going to do something a little bit modest. We might just do a couple planters and have some strawberries growing up there, so we can sit up top and have a strawberry, and then just a little deck. Originally, what I wanted to do was a full green roof, but you got to pick your battles. That's a lot of work to do, a lot of work to upkeep. And I think just having a little place to walk out, and maybe we'll put up a couple hammocks or something up there and have a place to have a nap in the middle of the day.
I think we should put some sort of like, what are they called? Like a gazebo sort of roof, just to balance out the shape of our house, because it's a little bit strange. So I think, what are those called? Not a gazebo.
Arbor.
Arbor, yeah. Some sort of like not a solid roof, but something that can maybe grow some vines on it or something.
Yep.
Might be nice.
So David Cooney says, how do you dry the wood from the sawmill? A lot of the times we don't. Actually, when we did all the framing underneath the house, a lot of it was just kind of set outside for maybe 15 to 20 days, which got us fairly dry. But a lot of the wood that we use isn't dry for, outside. Anything we use inside has to be dry for sure. But building barns, building coops, building fences. I'll go let her out in a second.
I'll just do it.
I'll do it. I gotta use the washroom.
Oh.
Yeah. We don't. The sun dries out the wood very quickly here because it gets very hot. Oh, that thing died.
Oh.
It gets very hot. So yeah, it works well. But I can let the puppy out.
Okay. Would we recommend the fridge?
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. It's the most efficient fridge that we could find that is just like your regular fridge from the Brick or whatever. We find it works perfectly with the deep freeze for our meat and whatever we need to freeze. And there's tons of room in this fridge for us. Yeah, we don't even notice it on our power storage either. Like, it's awesome. So yeah, the fridge is the LG column fridge, 24-inch counter depth. Those are the keywords.
Okay, what do we got here? A lot of people like the music and a lot of people don't,
Oh, okay, people are answering my question.
Okay.
So third home, but the first they built, third house that they've owned. Fortunate paid cash for 2. That's awesome.
Nice, good for you.
Oh.
It's so hard when that happens, eh?
Yeah.
Suzanne said, "Who is the better cook between the two of us?" I will let you guys guess.
Me.
It's not me. If you like eating meat, potatoes, and salad every single night for your entire life, come on over to my place because I will cook one of 3 different types of animals. I will either make mashed potatoes or like baked potatoes,
Which is fine.
and I'll whip up a salad, a good salad. But
Yeah.
that's just like that's me.
Yeah. What was it? I wanted nachos for dinner one night, and Greg was gonna make them, and he put the cheese under everything, and then so there was no like melted baked cheese on top.
You forgot the rest of the story. So Katie stormed upstairs because she was angry that I didn't put the cheese on the right spot. And yeah, she didn't talk to me for the rest of the night.
That's not true.
It's totally true.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
It's a deal with ticks and flies.
In BC? Oh, we have lots of ticks out here, but
Yeah.
so you would think that we would we don't have ticks in the area right here. If you go for a hike, you'll have ticks all over you, but on our property, we don't have ticks. And I have a feeling that's because we have the guinea fowl.
Yeah.
Haven't had one on dogs for a long time. Never had one on the goats, which blows my mind. You'd think the goats would be bad for ticks. We've got so many deer that carry ticks in the area. We've got birds migrating through, and ticks travel on birds. But we don't have any issues with ticks here. We see the odd one from time to time.
Yeah.
But if you go a kilometer down the road and go into the bush, you'll be covered in them. So, yeah.
Yeah.
They're out here.
And flies.
And flies. Yeah, as long as our compost is working properly, we're good.
We do get stink bugs in September.
Yeah.
And if they get in the house, then you have them all the time.
Yeah,
Which
we have
we
them all
have.
the time. It's just they're an infestation that will never go away out here.
How old are we?
Yes. I'm 37 and Katie is
31.
Yeah.
Yeah. the hardest challenge we faced and overcame?
Or are still battling. Let me think about that for a second. What is the hardest challenge? I'm gonna say water out here. We have access to it, but it's always been a bit of an issue.
And that's in the winter, really.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and it dries up in the summer. And then we have to switch over to our other water. You know, water's been the issue for sure.
Yeah.
Vehicles getting destroyed by our brutal back road that gets you up here. Like, it's very much a 4-wheel drive, and it always has been / always will be. So
yeah,
that's a tough one. And then just balancing work and play, work and life here, and my work, that's a pretty big challenge, because I work more than most people, and then I do this on the side, and homestead, and I don't have any free time really. So that's a challenge for sure.
How far from the closest hospital? There's one about half an hour away, but they're open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Hospital.
Which is, I always go there because it's never that busy.
Yeah.
But then there's a regional hospital probably an hour away.
Proper hour, yeah.
And that's kind of where like all the ambulance go and all that sort of stuff. So we always try to go within the business hours of the closest one.
Okay, so I like this comment. Hamburger Steak said, "Greg, I'm coming over. Meat and potatoes are all you need in life." That's Max asked how much my tractor cost. It was $47,000 with everything included, which is pretty expensive, but it's got warranty, which is good, because my differential lock is broken, and I'm pretty sure they'll be fixing that for free. So
yeah, you better call that in before
totally Monday. That's the plan.
too late.
Yeah, you bet. What are we drinking? I was having a whiskey before this, but we're drinking some Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah, it's got 0 grams of sugar, which has been really nice.
Yeah.
It's a pretty nice wine. It's cheap.
For sure.
Okay, 8th home, 2nd build.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Siding. Milled or bought? Well, we're bought
gonna
for
buy
sure.
it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier we don't want to do wood siding because we're in a pretty risky fire zone. So putting wood on this would not be a good idea.
Yeah.
So we have to buy fireproof stuff. It's the dog drinking. Oh, now the solar panels are turning off. So many sounds.
Yeah. I'm just reading some more here. Did you ever think of getting a UTV for getting around and doing things? It'd give you more option for doing things.
Yeah. We just got the quad.
The quad with the trailer, and that's going to be perfect for up here. It works really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to a UTV.
And fixing the hole in your water tank? I don't understand.
Challenge. Yeah, that was a challenge.
Yeah, that was a challenge.
That was very stressful.
Yeah, that was stressful. There was a lot of really bad words coming out of that hole while I was working in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did not take much video of that.
Yeah.
To use a hunting game camera? Yeah, we do. We haven't had the camera up for a while. We should really get it up again. We actually have a trail on the lower part of our property that has everything on it. Bear, cougar. It's like a main kind of highway for animals. So we can see everything that's here. If we're gonna see anything anywhere, it'll be on the absolute opposite side of our property, which is the way I like it. It's cool that they're down there, and they can stay down there for sure.
Do we have homeowners insurance?
We don't have homeowners insurance.
We
The
need
weird
to get
thing
it.
about BC is you can't get homeowners insurance in the summertime, because chances are there's a fire.
You can't be within 50 kilometers of a fire.
Yeah, and there are so many forest fires here in the summer that our insurance rates you can get it, but the insurance rates are just insane. So
Yeah, so we should really be looking into it now, but
for winter. Yeah, for next winter.
I'm not ready to tackle that.
Yeah, there's so much left
but,
to do.
Like, we really need to.
Yeah.
At this point. My nudes.
You guys are really nice. Sorry, I'm just reading more comments here.
Do we allow viewers to visit?
We haven't.
Probably not.
No, we haven't had it yet. We're pretty. Believe it or not, we are introverted hermits.
Yeah.
That have 784 people watching us right now, but no, we're pretty, like, we've got a few friends in town, but we're pretty introverted people. We like spending time with our dogs and spending time in the woods, and it would be cool to have some of our subscribers come up, but we also really appreciate our privacy up here for sure.
Treat for newts. Someone said the other two dogs got something.
Oh, good call. Good call. Do we have layout plans for our cabin anywhere? Yeah, on our computer. I built a very rough draft of our layout plans, and then everything else was kind of evolutionary and kind of just practical, the way that we laid everything out. We just kind of, it was nice because when you have a set plan, it makes it difficult to make changes, and we've made quite a few changes during the build.
Cool.
Okay, I gotta read a few of these here. Oh, Hindu got a treat, Juniper got bigger, and what about Newts? Wow.
Yeah. That's why I just gave
Newts got a treat too.
She's in the kitchen because she thinks we're cooking.
Yeah, she sleeps in the kitchen just in case food falls on the ground. Does the wood heat affect the cost of house insurance? I don't think so.
I think so, yeah.
Well, you have to get a certification. You got to get a LEED is it not a LEED certification? What is it called? Wet certification. So you get someone to certify your stove, and I think that's even a requirement.
But I think you also need to have a backup source of heat, and they're really weird about that.
Yeah.
Like, as if you're going to use your backup when
all the
you have
time.
The wood stove.
Yeah.
Especially when it's like, oh, I have propane as a backup. Of course you're going to use the wood.
Yeah, the Tennessee Frugal Craftsman said it was your time frame for completing the house.
There is none.
Originally, it was pretty tight, and I wanted to get it done as soon as possible, but we have this thing called YouTube that is, we're in no hurry, really. And the nice thing about being in no hurry, it means we get to do a little bit, now that we're living in here, we get to add some what am I trying to say, Katie? We get to work slow on projects that take a lot of time.
Yeah.
So that it's done very well. So we on purpose left our stairwell. Our stairwell is just, you can see it over there. That's just plywood on stringers. That is going to be, it's going to be a nice stairwell. We're not just putting siding over top of it. I'll let her out.
Oh gosh.
But we're going to have time to do the finishes because this is our home, and we're not in a rush.
Yeah, and it's felt like a rush to get to the point where we could live in here before winter, so it's nice to slow down and figure out what the heck we're doing and actually appreciate the projects that we're working on.
Yeah.
Did we have any issues getting the dogs to use the ramp?
No.
The old dog.
Took her a
the
couple
old
days.
dog, yeah, I kind of had to force her down. But she won't go down in the dark. I have to put a flashlight on so she can go out. And she won't go down if the other dogs are there because there's been a couple of situations where she's been pushed off and she doesn't have the strength to hold herself up. So to be very careful about letting her out when other dogs are there. No, she's barking to come in.
Just leave her be. Okay. There's a lot coming in right now. I seen the wood you have milled for the steps. We originally milled some birch for the steps, but I think we're not going to be using that birch. I think we're going to be doing something different.
Do I like being a stay-at-home YouTuber homesteader? Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
I haven't even thought about my last job.
Yeah,
Since I
absolutely.
left it.
Do you have a porcupine problems? Nope.
No.
But thank goodness. Porcupines live in a higher elevation. We probably have them in the mountain. I actually guarantee you they're up there. But they live higher elevation than we are. So I've never seen one or heard of anyone around here with a porcupine issue. They don't like the arid area like where we are here. When are we getting married?
It's a good question.
We got to finish this house first, and then Katie can put a ring on it.
Probably just go down and the courthouse.
Yeah, without elaborating, we'll probably elope.
How do you even get married? I don't know.
I don't know. We go to Vegas, get drunk, and party with some dude looking like Elvis, I guess. I don't know.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, for sure. So, sorry. Do you lock your doors at night? How many times do we lock our door?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
What are we going to put where the bus is? Well, we're going to have a deck that goes out. Did we decide on 8 feet? Yeah.
8 inches. 8 feet. Yep.
Which should get pretty close to where the nose of the bus is. And then I want to do flower gardens kind of around our fenced area. Greg wants to do a pond.
We are going to be doing some sort of pond around. It'll help your flower gardens. Plus, we'll have a better biodiversity of like animals and frogs and that kind of stuff. Which I want to get frogs up here. I want them up here all year round.
Yeah.
Plus, we are in a fire area, so if shit hits the fan, we need to have extra water sources that we can use our fire pump to fight fire with. So
on that note, though, I'm kind of leaning towards getting just a huge tank. Our neighbor has a 6,000 gallon tank that he has as backup, so I feel like that might be better for fire, and then we can do like a little pond that's more just
that's kind of what I'm thinking too. Yeah.
But
it
depends on if we can find a tank, because when those come up for sale, they sell
they sell
fast.
Immediately, for sure.
And it's hard to get them out here.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it's going to be our yard. And actually, we have talked about putting the hot tub around that area as well. Because you can, once the bus is gone, you'll be able to see down the lake.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
We are pointing straight west from our bedroom, which is awesome because the sun sets.
As you saw earlier.
Yeah, for sure.
The sun was coming down.
Sunsets are beautiful. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna keep on going.
There's a couple questions we've already answered.
Yeah, for sure. So sometimes in the background, outside your videos, I see a trailer. Do you use that for guests or family spending the night? Yeah, we do. We have a trailer. It's something we kind of have to get rid of. We don't use it. It's mostly storage right now. We clean it.
When you live in the forest, like the forest is trying to take over this trailer. And
Forest
it's
really
really
take over
hard to
everything.
keep it
Yeah,
up.
for sure.
And then there's actually an old decrepit trailer behind it that I've been bugging Greg and our neighbor to get it out of here because it's kind of an eyesore. We did have an old green tarp that we